Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us again for another coffee break video. My name is Natalie Fioravanti, and joining me today are digital forensic analysts Haley and Sarah. Haley works out of our Phoenix, Arizona office, and Sarah works out of our New York City office. With the spike in cybercrime, Haley and Sarah are going to discuss why it is important to restrict cyber visibility in public places and explain how. So, to possibly avoid being a victim of cybercrime, how could a VPN be used to restrict visibility in a public place?
So a VPN or virtual private network encrypts your internet traffic and therefore no one can see what you're doing online. It will hide your identity and activity from any potential hackers. If you would like to know more about VPNs, we went really in depth in the past coffee break episode, so be sure to check that out.
So when searching the web while using a VPN or not using a VPN, how would you know if a website is safe and your information is protected?
So a really good way to check the safety of a website that you're visiting is to look at the URL. If it starts with https:// and a little padlock symbol, then you know it's a secure website. Any information that you exchange on that website, whether it be the name of a pet or credit card information, is safe. HTTPS uses transport layer security, secure sockets layer, aka the TLS SSL, to encrypt the HTTP requests and responses.
So if someone is in a public setting like a coffee shop or an airport, is it okay to automatically connect to that public Wi-Fi?
So while most public Wi-Fis are trustworthy, you don't ever want to risk automatically connecting to an untrustworthy one. You'll want to turn off the automatic connection setting on your device, and whenever you need to access the Wi-Fi in a public place, take the time to manually, verify and connect to a network. But if you forget to switch that setting, which a lot of people do, a few devices have built-in alerts to notify you when you're connecting to an untrustworthy site or a network. And for example, Android has network may be monitored, and that's by a third-party warning, and Apple has untrustworthy security certificate. But you should never really rely just on those types of notifications to be your safety net when you're out in public. And you should never assume that you're on a secure connection when you don't just receive a notification.
Definitely. An automatic connection should just be turned off in general. For example, if you're an Apple user, make sure your Apple AirDrop settings are enabled to contacts-only mode. Your presence and the name of your device, if you're on anyone mode, and possibly even your real name, will automatically pop up on anyone's phone in the vicinity. They could track down further information if you also happen to be in an unsecure network, or they can just send you photos, documents, or information that you really do not want to be seeing. Case in point, when I was 14 at an airport, someone airdropped me some very crude photos, and ever since then, it's been on contacts-only mode.
So say someone follows all of these steps mentioned, what should one do now?
So the first thing you want to do is to verify the network to which you're connecting. For example, ask an employee at the coffee shop, hotel, or airport you're visiting for the name of the Wi-Fi. That way you know exactly what you're connecting to and that you have the correct one. And that one that looks similar but has a replacement letter or an extra couple numbers at the end of it. Same goes for any kind of login situation, if that is required. Get it directly from the source to have a secure network and a secure peace of mind. But if you are suspicious of the validity of any free network, a good trick is just to throw incorrect passwords at it. If any of the fake passwords allow you to connect, then that network is in fact not secure. You just do best then to go ahead and use some data. And all these practices are still important to implement, even if you're using a VPN.
And then after that, you forget. Once you've done everything that you needed to do while you're on a public network, you just need to make sure that you immediately forget the network. Just like if you leave your house, you lock your door. So when you are leaving a network, you don't want to leave that wide open for anyone to come in and use your personal device. So you need to take a little bit of extra time to go into your settings and expand your Wi-Fi information and just hit forget network.
So Haley and Sarah, do you have any tips on what you should or shouldn't do when connected to a public Wi-Fi?
Definitely. So don't access any personal bank accounts or sensitive personal data, especially on unsecured networks. But even on secured networks, it can be risky. Use your best judgment if you must access these accounts on public Wi-Fi. And unfortunately, that means be safe with your online shopping, and good practice is just to not online shop in public.
You also don't ever want to leave your laptop, tablet, or smartphone attended when you're in a public place, because even if you're connecting virtually in a secure Wi-Fi network, that's not going to stop someone from taking or physically going into your physical device in the real world.
And to recap some of our previous points, do turn off automatic connectivity and monitor your Bluetooth connections. These are convenient features, but it can connect your device to networks you ordinarily would not want to use, and also provide opportunities for malicious connections to your devices. Keep these settings turned off, especially in unfamiliar places.
Do connect to a secured network whenever that's possible, but if you're using an unsecured network, make sure that with that connection, it requires some sort of verified login or registration. Additionally, think about using a VPN solution to ensure your privacy and anonymity, and so that you're protected when you're on a Wi-Fi.
And the last tidbit we want to leave you with is just the motto of stop, think, then connect.
Be safe, be smart, and happy connecting.
Well, Haley and Sarah, thank you so much for taking the time to provide all this great information, and thank you to our viewers for watching today. We really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you haven't checked out the previous coffee break videos, please do so on our LinkedIn page, and feel free to reach out to the Kivu team if you have any questions or security concerns. See you all next week.